guys, welcome back to another video, and today is day 3 of the Vlogmas series. Today I'm going to go through and show you all the books that I've read this year in 2023. You know, just as we're coming up to the end of the year, I thought, well, why not share with you all the books I've read this year. It's quite a lot, and what I thought of them and what I can recommend that you might want to read next year. So in the beginning of this year, I gave myself a challenge to read one book per month. So it'd be 12 books total over the whole year, just to get me to read more, because I wanted to read more and I don't read enough. Well, I have in total read, I've read 28, and I'm in the middle of book 29, and I've got another book, number 30, that I will read before the end of the year. So in total I will have read 30 books by the end of the year. It's a lot, so I'm not going to go into great detail about them. I'm just going to say if they're good, if I recommend them, and yeah, maybe a tiny bit what it's about, possibly. Okay, the first book I read this year, which was a big challenge by the way, is Harry Potter Order of the Phoenix. That is a beast of a book. It's like 700 and 800 pages, and that was the first book that I started out on this year. If you love Harry Potter, then you need to read the series. If you haven't read the series, what are you doing? You need to read the series, especially if you love Harry Potter, which most people do. Get on it. Which, you know what's going to come next for book 2 and 3. So the second book I read this year, Harry Potter and The Half-Blood Prince. Again, what more can I say? It's Harry Potter. Loved it. Amazing. That's it. Which means book number 3 was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. So I completed the Harry Potter collection. Woohoo! And again, read it. It's amazing. Okay, books number 4, 5 and 6. I read the 3 books from the Gateway trilogy that was written, all part of one big series, but they're split into 3 series. I think that's right. So the first 3, it's called the Gateway trilogy. I've read those 3 books. It's so good. It's basically about this girl who gets these powers to speak to ghosts, to the dead. If you're into like spiritual things and ghosts and stuff like that, then definitely read them. I have ordered the first book to the next lot of series, and hopefully I can finish all of her books in 2024, so that will be my aim. So yeah, if you're into spooky things and ghosts and spirits and spiritual things, then definitely read these books. They are really, really good. I really enjoyed them. I read them quite quickly as well. Then you can get them on Amazon. Amazing. So definitely recommend. For book 7, I read Prince Harry Spare. I didn't plan on reading this, but obviously at the time loads of people were like, you need to read it, you need to read it. It was really popular, so I read it because I wanted to be in the know of what was going on. I actually thought it was quite good, I'm not gonna lie. You saw different perspectives. I'm not going to make a judgment on anything, but it was an interesting read, and I learned some things in there about Prince Harry and the royal family that I didn't know, so it's very interesting. So do recommend that if you like to know the goss. Book number 8, I read The Sisters Next Door by L.H. Stacey. That was really good. That is a thriller. If you're into thrillers and like books that keep you on the edge of your seat, that's a really good book to read. Definitely recommend. Book number 9, it was called The Murder List by T.F. Mur. I don't know how you say their last name, but it's called The Murder List. It's here. That was really good. That's all. If you like crime documentaries and things to do with crime and murderers and stuff like that, that's really good, because it's about a detective trying to find the serial killer basically. Very good. Again, kept me on the edge of my seat. Loved it. Next, number 10 is this book called Girl in the Walls. This was so good. This was not, I thought it was going to be about ghosts and a haunted house and stuff like that. It isn't. It's so much more than that. It's so much better. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but it is very good. So recommend that. That is by A.J. again, News. I don't know how you say these people's last names, so I'm really, really sorry about that. But Girl in the Walls, recommend. amazing. Okay, book number 11 I borrowed from a friend. It's called Cinderella's Dress by Shona Slayton. She has done loads of, it's a Disney book but written kind of in modern day and more like an adult read. They're so good, so good. And she's still writing some, which is super exciting. So I did read Cinderella's Dress. I did also read in those ones, I read Cinderella's Dress, Cinderella's Shoes, Cinderella's Legacy. So there's 3 in the Cinderella collection. I've read those 3. And then I've also just finished reading Snow White's Mirror. They're all good, but Snow White's Mirror was the best out of all of them so far. And there are some others that my friend is reading, and then she gets them all, and then she lets me borrow them. So yeah, I definitely, if you like Disney, I definitely recommend Shona Slayton. She's amazing and she's a brilliant writer, so I definitely recommend those. The next book I read was this Stephen King fairy tale. I love Stephen King. I've got quite a few of his collection, but I've still not got enough. Eventually I want all of them, but this I would probably hands down say this is one of the best books I've ever read. It was so good. It had me gripped. I was sat at the table. I didn't watch TV for like 2 weeks because I was just sat at the table reading it. It's so good. The characters are amazing. The story is amazing. It's got some creepy dark stuff in it. Oh, it's so good. Like, yeah, if you're into like horror and like fairy tale stories made into horror, and it's Stephen King. He's such a good writer. He's like one of the best writers, isn't he? Yeah, that's 100% one of the best books I've ever read. It's a big one. It's a beefy one. So good. Recommend. If they made that into a film, oh, amazing. The next book I read, I also borrowed off my friend, the same friend I borrowed the Disney books off. We have made ourselves a mini book club. So thank you, Lauren, for the mini book club. She lent me Tom Felton's book, Beyond the Wand. It is so good. It was a really interesting read, actually, to see kind of, basically, well, it's an autobiography, so it's kind of behind the scenes of Harry Potter and him growing up. If you like Harry Potter and you're interested in all that stuff, then I definitely recommend that. Yeah, I enjoyed that one. Different, and I enjoyed that one. The next books that I've read are written by Lucy Foley, another really good author. These are again, these are thriller books, keep you on the edge of your seat, who's done it, murder books. So The Hunting Party, really good, love that. This Paris Apartment, which I think out of the 3 this is my favourite one, definitely my favourite one. And the other one was The Guest List, and it's your classic like whodunit, but they've been written so they're so tense all the way through, and you really want to know what happens next. So I was just constantly my nose in the book for days. So Lucy Foley, an amazing author, go check her out. The next 3 books that I read are from the Disney Twisted Tales collection, and that is Reflection, which is like the dark version of Mulan, and Birthday, which is Alice in Wonderland, Queen of Hearts, and A Whole New World, which again is the dark side, creepy version of Aladdin. If you're into Disney, they're really good, and they are basically, it's a what if book. What if it ended this way, or what if this hadn't happened, and it tells a different story, like a darker version of a Disney story. So it doesn't always have a happy ending, but amazing good reads, excellent reads. Disney lovers, these are for you. And the collection, by the way, is huge. There's so many books in the series. I've still got 6 to read. I've read 6 of these in total out of the whole collection, and there's 6, I've got 6 on my shelf to read, but there's also 4 in my Amazon basket, so there's loads in the series to read. And obviously Disney always create movies, so there's always going to be opportunities to make the twisted version. Okay, this book I read in like 4 days, 5 days, which is really quick for me, and it is called The Silent Patient by Alex collides. I'm not good with names. The twist on the end. Ooh, I read the twist, I had to stop, think about the twist, and I had to go back, reread the twist, because the twist at the end is huge. It has been recommended. I think it was in like the top whatever books, and it was on Amazon, and loads of people have recommended it. Loads of people have read it and had good reviews. So I 100% need to read it, and wow, amazing, so good. If you like thrillers and things with massive twists, this is so good. Silent Patient, go read it. The next book I read was by Jacqueline Wilson. I haven't got it with me at the moment because I lent it to my friend Lauren in our mini book club. I lent it to her, so she's reading that at the minute. But I grew up reading Jacqueline Wilson. I absolutely loved her books as a child. So when I saw that she'd done a book for adults, I was like, yes, need to read it. I actually got to meet her when I bought it. I got to meet her. It was at a Comic-Con in London, and she signed the front of my book as well. So that's super special. But that is a really, really good read. It is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. I borrowed this off a friend. I've given her back now. It is written by Gail Honeyman, and it's a brilliant read. I was laughing in the first chapter. I don't want to give too much away, but this says it all. In the first chapter, she goes to get bikini wax. Say no more. It's so funny. Such a funny book, and just like an easy, enjoyable read. It was quite a positive, fun book that, yeah, I recommend reading. This next book is by Alex Gray. It's called When Shadows Fall. He's written loads of books. I have got loads of his up there. I'm going to be honest though, I struggled to get into this one. I don't know why. I think I was a bit disappointed. It didn't grip me. It didn't grip me straight away, and I struggled to read it. I did read it, and the storyline is good. It's a crime one, crime detective one. I don't know, sometimes some books just don't grip you straight away, do they? So this took me a little while to read. So I'm hoping his others aren't the same, because I've got 4 others up there, and I've liked books from him previously. So yeah, if you like crime books, then you might get into this more than I did. I didn't get into it straight away. Worth a try, maybe. Try it and see what you think. Could just be my view. I thought it was a bit of a slow burn. I'm afraid. That's my honest review. But then I could have not been concentrating. It could have been a busy week at work. You don't know. This next book I wanted to read after watching the film in the cinema, and it is The Cabin at the End of the World. Really enjoyed reading this. The ending is different in the book than the film. Different things happen in here than the film. So if you really enjoyed the film, you'll really enjoy the book, because there's more details in that. So it was I really enjoyed it. Really interesting read. If you haven't watched the film, it's basically an apocalyptic kind of story, end of the world story, but with lots of it grips you straight away, leaves you on the edge of your seat. If you like apocalyptic end of the world things, then this book is for you. And I think I read that really quickly in like 5 days, 6 days. Might have been less than that, but I read that really quickly too. Another book, if you like horror and thriller books, is called Survive the Night by Riley Sager. They're there. Survive the Night. It's so it's creepy. It's a creepy book. This girl gets in a car with someone who she thinks is possibly a serial killer. Well, I'm not going to give anything more away, because there is a really awesome twist, really good twists and turns near the end. So if you want to read more, then you need to read it. But I read that super quick. I read this super quickly because I had to finish it. I needed to know what's going to happen on the end. Yeah, horror fans, this is for you. So the next book is Murder on the Christmas Express. It's downstairs. I'm too lazy to go and get it, so here's a pitch for you, because that's reality. That's reality there for you. I'm halfway through, really enjoying it. It's a festive murder mystery book, perfect for December. I started reading it on the 1st of December, and hopefully it won't take me long to finish. That's really good, especially if you want something festive. Okay, and this last book I'm going to read, which will end it all, round up the list very nicely, is The Shite Before Christmas from Serena Terry. It is Mammy Banter if you follow her on Facebook and Instagram. She is so funny, so funny. I read the first page of this book and laughed, so I'm really excited to finish the year reading this book. I cannot wait. I recommend it already just by reading one page. I'm not gonna lie. I follow her. If you don't follow her, you need to go and follow her because she's so funny. So book number 30, Shite Before Christmas. What an end. Well, thank you for watching. I hope I gave you a good list of books that I recommend, and maybe you'll read them next year. If you've got any really good book recommendations, then please leave them in the comments because I need some new books to read for 2024. I've got lots up here, but you can never have too many books. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Boom.